Rated M for mature.
Welcome everybody to the first episode, I guess, of the interp'd Reality Afterparty. And this is a short, little, long form, short, long form, those are contradictory. It's basically just a couple of long form podcast episodes where we talk about things that we've done during the sessions and maybe some other things as well.
Stuff that we can remember.
Yeah, but I've got like an agenda, so these episodes will have like a clear direction. We're not gonna waffle on, right?
Someone's gonna have an agenda over agenda.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, like ulterior motives. Maybe.
No.
You don't know. You don't know. Like maybe somebody does have things that they want to talk about, like Major wanting to talk about cement randomly.
Hey.
I'm spoiling things, guys. I'm spoiling things because that's later, okay? So.
No, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Okay, all right. So.
Yeah, the sneak peek, man. Sneak peek.
Yeah. I figured that we should start first by talking about our experiences with Dungeons and Dragons before the stuff that we've been doing right now, right?
Before this all happened.
Yeah.
All
right.
So, how about I begin as an icebreaker, and this is going to be like a major icebreaker. Basically, I am ripping apart the entire continent of Antarctica with this retelling. I have played Dungeons and Dragons 2 times before in the past. The first time, I was really young, and I don't remember where it was. It was somewhere physical, right? I was in a physical place playing with a whole bunch of other kids. And I just want all of you to take a wild guess of what my character was.
A human rogue.
No. Nowhere near close.
Was it a Dragonborn wizard?
No.
Druid?
Nope. All of you are completely off. I'll tell you right now. This is, okay, here we go. I was literally this. Applejack from My Little Pony.
Oh,
by the way, with the added ability of no clip. So I was just this freaking pony that would no clip into situations and be like, yep, I'm stealing all the treasure and now I leave.
It's a magical pony
Flying through the sky, shoot it down.
well, that sure
What
is a
was
pass.
going?
Yeah, so I completely, I ruined that session for all the other kids there.
Jeez.
I have a question for you, Jack. Were you that type of kid that goes like, screw the game, I make my own rules? Were you that type of kid?
No, I wasn't. I think I was more like, this isn't fun, I'm going to make it fun. But like, I didn't understand that would ruin it for other people. Like, I was still technically playing by the rules. It's just that I chose like an OP character.
All right, what was your second time then?
The second time I was in a Zoom call. We did these a number of sessions over Zoom calls. I think during the peak of COVID. And I actually have my character sheet still for this character that I played.
Do you now?
Yes, I do. It's on D&D Beyond. His name was Adafire Winnis, and he was a half-elf warlock. The idea behind him was that I wanted to try and make my character like more fantasy-oriented because like this was my like exploration into D&D, like how can I fit in? And this was my attempt at being like, okay, I'll just do everything that D&D expects of me, right? Base D&D. So my character was like this magical, reserved, humanoid character that was heavily inspired by The Witness, the video game. So he would look for patterns in the environment and, like, maybe with arcana checks be able to discover things.
Okay, can I get a catch up on what The Witness is? Because I have no idea what that is.
The Witness is a puzzle game where every single one of the puzzles is just drawing lines on a grid. But it's in like a 3D open world.
Okay.
Yes, and also like then there are puzzles that there are lines that you draw outside of the grid too. Like you're drawing in the environment.
Right.
It's a pretty nifty game, and I liked it enough for it to inspire that character. But like, it started to get wear on me playing this character because towards the end of the sessions, I was like, I can't. I'm really not feeling it. Nobody else is sort of like reciprocating on my character's abilities. So what I tried to do was I tried to incorporate like a pet for my character. It was a crow, and it had the toad voice. I tried doing that for a little while, but then that got boring as well. So I just sort of was like, okay, we're almost done. I'll just coast through this, and then I'll stop playing. And those were my experiences with D&D.
That was your experience.
Yeah, and from that inspired me to be like, okay, if I do D&D in the future, it's got to be on my own terms. And that inspired Interp Reality.
Okay.
Of course, it wasn't entirely on my own terms, like I was discussing with all of you ahead of time. So there was always that connection there where we know what we're getting into. But yeah, that's my sessions experiences. So I want to
who's next?
Pass it to Major now. We'll just go in trial run order. Yeah.
Right. So I was the first guinea pig for this, as we called it in the past. I've actually never had any prior experiences with D&D. This is actually my first campaign.
Wow. Okay. So, no other sessions that you've attended, nothing?
Like, I've never played D&D in the past because I was a stupid kid and I was like, ew. Fantasy is shit.
Yeah, I know, and that's a similar thing. Like that's a drawback I feel with D&D as well, is that it's fantasy is such an overused trope.
And then I found out, and you can add steampunk to this, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I'm ever invited, maybe just maybe.
But like that never sort of originated, did it?
Never really originated because IRL, I'm friends with people who are more sporty and more like to put on a punt rather than play D&D.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The only, it's sort of experience that I had before, but is that I played Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, okay. Baldur's Gate is like a pretty typical D&D, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. But, I played a lot of Baldur's Gate. I believe my first ever Baldur's Gate character was I followed a YouTube tutorial on how to make Agent 47 from Hitman into Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like one of those, me creation tutorials, you know those ones?
Pretty much.
Yeah, like the Nintendo Switch doesn't have QR codes, so you have to like create it by hand.
I am quite surprised they didn't put a camera on that bloody thing. They did it with their last systems.
Yeah, so, and then really other than that, like, I've had no prior experiences with D&D. I really wanted to get into it, but like, because a lot of D&D shows were popping up onto my recommended, like Legends of Adventurous, Critical Role, Tales from the Stinky Dragon, all of those guys.
Yep. I'll admit I have watched some of them too.
Pretty much, like, should we? I'll probably won't get into Karl just yet.
No, we'll get to that. We will get to that.
The line.
Yeah.
We will get to it. Just pre-session experiences first.
Is that all?
That's that's pretty much all from me.
Oh, okay. We'll move to 0 then.
Oh, so, I don't even know where to start.
Have you played D&D in the past? That's where we're gonna start.
I've definitely played in the past, which was 2017, I believe.
Wow, so
Is
that's
that far back?
7+ years back from here.
God, my memory's a bit foggy, but me and a couple family members, we did do a session. Oh dear, I'm trying to remember what my character was now. I think it was like a human magician,
Right.
And my big brother, he was there. He was the only other member. He was a giant wolf warrior.
Wait, so there were only 2 adventurers?
So it was only me and my big brother, and then my transgender system was the dungeon master.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But that's about all I can remember.
No, it's fine. You don't have to memorize much.
So long.
Do you how did you feel when you were playing that though?
Very uncomfortable.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. Would it be because of the setting? Maybe the setting was what put you off. No, I think it was just that I didn't have a proper visual. I was more of a visual person at the time.
Yeah, and I think that's something that D&D is always going to have a problem with, because you can't
Because, well, it's imagination. It's just talking.
Yeah, it is just talking.
It's all about communication.
And also, I'm sort of not a very good dungeon master, because whenever I'm describing something, I interject with a lot of ums and ahs. And I describe things in a pretty simple way.
Don't worry. The dungeon master for us was pretty good, but for me though, I definitely disliked Dungeons and Dragons at the time.
Yeah, I think
it.
There's a number of factors. You got to be comfortable in the setting you're in. You've got to gel with the character that you've picked, and also you've got to be around people that you enjoy being around and you're familiar with.
Yeah, I lasted 30 minutes.
Pretty much.
Wait, so only one session?
I gave up pretty quickly.
Huh.
As in, I completely left the session.
Okay.
So basically, my big brother went on without me.
Yeah, that's fine. There are such things as one-on-one sessions. We have done them ourselves, so...
And that was it, really. 7 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Freaking
Okay.
heck.
Yeah. Well,
and we had special dice and all that. We were doing it on table.
Oh, yeah.
Not on the website.
Yeah, and the paper and everything. Mm-hmm.
Paper and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've actually... I've actually heard that, people using paper do it just as quickly as people using online services, because there's always
I love the website.
Yeah,
I'll definitely use it more than paper.
Me too as well. There are some things about the website that I think could be better. But anyway, besides the point, we'll get to the website. We'll talk about D&D Beyond later. Wolf, take it away.
Yeah, Wolf, go. Take it away. Yeah.
All right. I did have two session experiences in a single day.
Really?
One was a 1v1 scenario with a friend group that I was comfortable playing D&D with.
Mm-hmm.
And, that led to a session with a dungeon master.
Wait. Hold on, I'm confused. So...
Huh?
This was before this was...
Yeah, I know that, but, in order to play D&D, you have to have, a dungeon master. Are you saying you played 2 different campaigns on the same day?
Yeah,
You're telling me you played Magic the Gathering?
One was a 1v1 scenario, then that snowballed into a different campaign.
Right. And how long did you play that one?
Well, that lasted till 12 in the morning.
Oh, so it was just the one session?
Well,
what I'm saying is, did you play more sessions after that followed up on the other ones?
No, not really.
Okay.
This is leaving more plot holes than our first
Yeah.
backstory.
Sometimes you could just I think it's really just the fact that it's so hard to organize D&D in person.
Yeah.
What was your character, if you can remember?
I have the character list pulled up, actually.
Nice.
Well,
you did better than me.
yeah, my character was the first character I made was.
He's well prepared.
Wait.
I did change him around.
Okay, so you copied the name from your previous character.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Oh my god, you are
that
lazy.
Okay, wait. What was the first iteration of him like?
First iteration, he was a level 10 Goliath paladin through the Oath of Devotion.
Ooh. Okay.
Grandfather,
You'll have to send me that. You'll have to send me that.
Yeah, I will have to send you it, but I do have to get into more complex detail of the character's entire stuff. He has -1 in intelligence.
-1 in what? Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Oh, that makes sense for Goliaths.
Yeah, Goliath.
Are you sure this is not a mirror into reality, or
no, it's not. No,
I just imagine
I'm
a
just being a
family
smartass.
tree.
A family tree of
Just
every single person is called HMM.
Yeah.
The defenses and
This is my brother.
the resistance
It's like the
of this character.
it's like the Habsburg.
No,
Family tree. Straight line down. It's just straight line down the middle.
please.
Anyway,
Okay, move on.
continue. The defenses, resistances and immunities for this character is cold, because Goliath is immune to lower temperatures. Critical hits, because of the breastplate. Disease and frightened.
Okay. That means nothing to us at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned, like, how did you play that character? What was the setting like?
I'm seeing you with a confused face right now.
Yeah. Just like your character.
We went to
Pretty
this
much.
abandoned building almost.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to gather intel. I tried to do stealth with disadvantage.
Oh, of course.
And, the barbarian of the party got enraged. I tried to defend and attack. And
Wait, so there was infighting?
No, not infighting. There were people coming down into the basement. There was like...
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
a
a horde, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And that was
yeah,
it. So you just went into some place, went into the basement, and then just fought off a bunch of goons.
Mm-hmm.
Four strange men enter into a man's basement.
Yeah.
To gather intel.
If I'll be honest, I think that's the only thing that you could possibly do if you're given 1 hour to do D&D. It's just go into a place, fight off some goons.
1 hour. It was more like 6 to 7.
It took you that long to just kill some goons in a basement?
Well, the overall fight took like 1.5 hours.
Okay, but what else happened?
I don't remember.
Okay, alright then.
And that's basically it.
Okay. Yeah, I will, like, if you guys have your old character sheets, I would love to see them.
Alright.
Might
I
reappear.
clearly don't. Mine was
Might reappear later.
time
But
ago.
finally, let's move on to Glitch. Do you have any pre-interp'd reality experiences with D&D?
That's hard to say. I think the only time I've done it was with my brother and my dad.
Yeah.
I honestly tell you, I don't remember any of it.
No, it's fine.
Absolutely any of it.
Yeah, like.
But I remember playing it. I remember playing it for an hour, and then stop because it was very boring.
Right. Yeah. That seems to be a really common thing for us. Hey.
Yeah.
Not me.
I wasn't bored. I had to go to bed.
And then you never picked it up again.
To an extent.
No, I literally tried to many times. There was one time when I was me and some of my brother's friends wanted to play D&D, so I said I'll become G-Man. DM.
Oh, you'll be the dungeon
G-Man.
master. You're G-Man. Glitch is G-Man.
Rise
and shine.
rise and shine.
Fortunately, that never happened because because it was the end of the school. Like it was the end of the school year for me. I got stuck with studying. So there was never a chance, and we never did it.
Yeah, I think
and some other shit happened. And
That's
then
when you
I
fake study.
started playing this game.
Yeah,
which honestly, like I love this game, but I hate my character.
What about Gary is so infuriating to you?
He is so freaking boring and weak.
Weak?
Like he can't even do. Yeah, I think he's pretty weak.
Oh, right.
Really?
Yeah, you have been complaining about that you don't have magic, hey?
We don't have the magic.
I'll have it soon. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Sorry, I was
I'll have
my
that
dad.
magic soon.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
God, you made me lost my train of thought.
Okay, so
Why you do
what
that?
I asked is the reason that you hate Gary because you don't have magic?
Yes. He only has 2 freaking swords.
Oh, right. Yeah. So
In a lot of cases, you can't do shit with 2 freaking swords.
yeah, I'll have to figure out something to do at that point. And by the way, for the people listening, the reason why this sounds like the stuff we're talking about sounds out of line is because we are recording this after episode 10. And also in late December of early December, like the first day of December in 2024. So
Yeah.
the timelines are all over the place. Right. They're getting like mangled.
You can turn on your Christmas music. You are allowed to turn on your Christmas music. You have permission.
It'll be like January when this comes out.
God, we're out of bloody control.
I give you permission.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
actually, you know what? Speaking of Gary's character, that's a good segue into character creation. I want to go over each of the processes we go, because when we started this out, we had these things called trial runs. We won't talk about them in this episode. We'll do that in another episode because I think it'll be more entertaining that way. But we can talk about creating our characters. So let's start with Major.
Can I go first? Can I go?
Yeah, sure. No, sure. Yeah.
Let's change it around.
Yeah, change it around. We'll go in reverse.
I have no idea how to make a character. Jack had to show me through it. I had a hard time deciding on characters because of my ADHD, so I couldn't decide.
Yeah.
So
and also like a lot of things had already been picked at that point because you were the last character to be created as part of the initial trial runs. So there was a lot of hand holding during that. But
which was fine. It was fine.
But we did not expect you to get a character that had no magic.
No, I didn't realize that. I should have chosen the other character. But it was funny. So my character, if wait, am I allowed to say it? I'm gonna say if you haven't seen the episode, I don't care. You should have watched it before this podcast.
What are you gonna talk about though?
Anyway, I was just gonna talk about my character's hatred for plants.
Yeah, go ahead. People will know about that. Yeah.
Awesome. So
that's the first episode,
I don't know why, but because it pretty much.
I think what happened literally is that during the character creation process, we got to the hate section and you just said randomly plants, and that became a defining feature of your character.
That became the potential.
Oh my goodness, that was so weird.
I became a ranger and we're like, you know what? Fuck it. I hate plants. I'm stuck in the forest. I hate plants.
Becomes a ranger, like a forest ranger, decides to hate plants. Refuses to elaborate.
The funniest thing. And I would like the audience to try to figure it out. So my religion is the children of God.
Mm.
And if you are like a history nerd who likes looking at like serial killers and all that,
oh my goodness,
I dare you to look it up.
Oh no!
I dare you to look it up.
No.
And you can tell in the comments below.
Okay, yeah. I guess people can look at like Wikipedia, but don't get too into it. Like this, we chose these religions as sort of a joke. So yeah,
I know. Mine's funny.
Yeah, that was literally the concept behind Glitch's character. It's like, oh, we have to pick a religion. Let's do it as a joke. And I think I've actually fleshed out your religion a little more than you think, Glitch. Let me, because yeah, hold on a second. If I scroll down in because I have a abridged version of all your characters. Yeah, so in this I say your faith is the children of God pre the Family International rebranding.
Pre the national rebranding.
Yeah, so I actually like looked it up and I was like, okay, where are we what part of this are we gonna use? And I'm like, okay, let's use this part because it's what you picked out. Yeah, pretty silly. Yeah, I know. I do the silliest things. Like I put way too much effort into creating this world and messing with your characters.
Oh God.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that was the basic of me creating that character. Lastly, we couldn't think of a name. Me and Jack, we couldn't think of a name.
I came up with the name.
I started exploding out random shit. Oh, that's right, you did.
Yeah, you said Gary, and then I was like, Gary be gone, because that was the first thing I thought of, and you were like, yep, that's it.
Oh, God, I remember now, I remember.
Also, bear in mind, you are the only character in this adventuring party that has more than one word as your name.
Yeah.
Real quick, might I real quick say, maybe in a future episode, I might do a last name reveal, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm totally open to that. Mm-hmm.
My character has one too, but
we'll basically
get to me. We'll get to me.
As we go through the campaign, we'll be like, oh, what would a good last name be? Yeah, let's reveal it. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
It's hilarious. We'll probably talk about the eventual episode. That's all about me. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know how to segue out of this.
No, it's fine.
Quick, someone segue out of this.
We're going in reverse. So, Wolf, your turn now.
Yeah, my turn.
How was at the start before the trial run when I took you through character creation? What was that like?
Kind of felt like when I was creating my first character, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, wait, was it because you were using the website for the first time?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
My first time using this website was 2021. I made a Dragonborn.
Oh, okay, so you just did the same thing.
Yeah, that was my actual first time on this website.
Right. Okay.
But then I deleted it and decided to create the Goliath.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, you had some experience, but what I did was I held everybody's hand during the character creation process. And the reason I did that was so everyone would be as comfortable as possible. You have the tendency when you're a solo player creating a character to pick just some character that you think sounds cool in your head, but when you actually end up playing them, it doesn't like gel with you anymore, right?
Yeah, it just becomes shit.
Yeah, so before we even began, we settled on a couple of rules that we would use, and I think one of the most important ones was on the website D&D Beyond, we just pick human as the race, but we can be whatever race we want. We don't have to. It basically just on paper we are human, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was so that I wouldn't be
this was so to keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple so I'm not burdened as the DM. We didn't use encumbrance. And we point,
even though I was holding 70 pounds.
Yeah, we used point by, stuff like that. Yeah, there just some basic rules. And then I was sort of like, as you guys made your characters, I would be there and be like, does that sound like something that you would be able to play for a long period of time? That was the primary question I was asking.
Yeah.
Although, with you, Wolf, I don't think I had to ask that question a lot because you are basically a god of chaos. So I just let you roam with whatever you wanted because, like, trying to get you to do things is like nigh impossible.
You know what? Let's just be honest here. I wanted to become a wizard with this character anyway. But if
Your personality,
I was going to go barbarian and go path of berserker and spare and put a switch on the rage.
Your personality is do whatever you freaking want and don't bloody bother.
Yeah, like
you just don't care.
How many times have you like done your own thing in my old YouTube videos and just like annoyed the hell out of us?
A lot of times. It was in my book.
And figures you integrated that with your character.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's why I just let you do it because I was like, I cannot stop him from being this, so let's just let it happen.
And thing is, it works for you because you're a dragon. You're stubborn.
And he's a contrarian.
Oh my god.
Anyway. It did take a long while to get through the other stuff. But overall, the background was easy as shit.
Well, I think, no, what we did was we actually skipped a lot of some of the background and we came back to it later just because we were like, let's just do the trial run first and then we'll decide what the background's going to be, right?
Yeah, the main thing I did first was the physical characteristics.
Yes, yeah. And that's what everyone did. Right, next up is, it's Zero, because we're going in reverse. So Zero, tell me what the character creation was like.
I was trying to do it myself at first. I was like trying to do it myself, but I immediately got blocked up and I wasn't sure what a lot of words meant.
Yeah. It throws a lot of terminology at you, that website, and I had used it in the past and I like in order to come up with those like little tips that I was working on for character creation, I had to go through the process myself and be like, okay, how do you create a character? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. Go through all that. And then I was like, okay, this is what you need to ignore. I think, race was one of the things that we just ignored completely. But there were some other things too. Yeah.
My character is heavily inspired on Stonehalf.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that was one of the things that I was okay with when coming up with all those character tips. I was like, look, it's really difficult for you to play as a character that is like a completely original creation. So if you feel the need to, you can completely repurpose elements from something you've seen before and use it for something else. Like, for me, with my old D&D character, I inspired it based on The Witness, and Zero here happened to use Stonehalf for his character.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that. No shame at all.
Now, obviously, I was the shortest of the group.
Yes, because of the inspiration, that was the side effect.
And my character is considered really lost.
Yes.
through the whole series.
Yeah, because so like you let your backstory basically be taken from the inspiration at first, and that meant pretty much that you were a medieval era soldier in this video game world, and the two settings are very far removed from each other. So,
and the thing is, my character is voxel, and a lot of the world. Well, let's think about it. It's all source, right? It would be like shapes and all of that.
Yeah, but your actual character in the campaign isn't voxel based. we sort of
yeah. We sort of went by that.
Yeah, we compromised that. Like, okay, so you'll look like a voxel character, but you won't use voxels. It'll be like
I won't look pixely.
Yeah, your head will basically be like a rounded cube, right?
It's just a rounded cube. It's perfect. It works.
Yeah.
But so originally, when I was setting up my character, I was going to use like more simplistic words for my character, but I couldn't really do it. My mind would get a headache every time I tried to do it.
Could you like give an example of that? Oh wait, no, you don't need to give an example. I know exactly what example to use. Your religion.
Religion, agnostic. That's what it was.
You didn't know what that word was. You didn't know what word to use for religion.
What agnostic was. I really didn't know.
So I was just like, yeah, just pick agnosticism. That's fine. Because
like my character doesn't really know any religion. He just lives in a small community that protects him.
Yeah, exactly. And the definition of that faith is basically that you're not certain. It's like there could be a god, there couldn't be a god. Yeah.
The character just doesn't know.
Yeah, or isn't concerned.
He is foggy in the head.
Isn't concerned with it. More pressing matters, like freaking goblins invading your town.
Goblins invading my
town. So many goblins, they're never ending. It's all I can think about.
Yeah. Yeah, freaking goblins, of course. I was originally going to have my character be higher pitch when I was talking, but
yeah, I think that was actually that was one of the things I was saying. You shouldn't do that because
shouldn't do that. Otherwise, it's gonna kill me.
Yeah, it'll be like really difficult to keep it up later on. Exactly.
Yeah. There were a lot of things I scrapped. Then I stuck with a couple things that made sense.
I think that's something that more dungeon masters should do. They should be there during the character creation process. It really it helps because then they're able to get a sense of what their adventure is going to be like, as well as participate and be like, okay, look, I've got some ideas and if you play as this, it's going to be very difficult for that to eventuate. So, yeah. Like, I can remember that Wolf at one point wanted to be a full-on dragon, and I'm like, no, that's too much.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Me. Yeah, let's go to Major now. Last person, because I didn't create a character.
Righto, so...
You were the very first person.
I was the very first person. I don't know if I was a lot maintenance-wise. I probably was a bit handheldy. I don't know. I can't remember that much.
Well, okay. So I think that when it came to using the website, it's not to do with the fact that you're not you're having trouble like filling in information. You were fine on that front. It was just navigating the website was the biggest concern.
Pretty much.
So, yeah, I'd say that we probably got through your character creation faster than anyone else.
Pretty much, because, look, I'm a theatre kid. I know how to write a backstory.
Theatre kid, oh no.
Theatre kid?
To be or not to be.
Yeah, like drama.
So you know drama.
Yes.
Pretty much. So... I wanted to make a character that was, something that I could play and something that I would have a clear conscience in him playing.
Yeah.
And the idea of a communist rogue is very, very funny to me.
Actually, you initially were like, oh, he's going to be anarchist, but you changed it later,
didn't you? Yeah, he was going to be anarchist. I did because, anarchy doesn't make...
anarchy doesn't really make sense. You are very into political stuff.
You're the most political of the entire group.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyways, I wanted to have a godly mustache as well. Because you can't have a D&D character without a godly mustache.
Actually, there was something that I failed to mention. For each of the four of you, I actually went to the effort of like querying like an AI image generator to be like, hey, generate this.
Yes, you did.
generate this image for me, and we got some pretty good images out of them, and we were using them for a while before I started doing the proper video editing. That those actually informed the designs of our characters. Anyway, keep going, Major. I know. It's opposite now. During the sessions, I have to say the character names, and during the podcasts, I have to say the normal names.
That's the main problem. You got to get so used to it.
You got to like switch your brain to a different state of mind.
You got to put a switch on your brain.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Not that
Anyway.
switch. That switch.
Wrong switch.
Wrong lever.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, go on, Major.
I mean, I really like Karl, though I will say there is also something in the works.
I think we're so far into, like, remember, this is coming out like almost immediately after episode 1. So there is still so much to happen, and mentioning any of that in this podcast would be spoilers. I've already done a disservice by talking about cement, so let's not get into that.
Yeah, but you've also been in talks with our resident artist as well. I don't know if I.
Well, the artist I was like, I basically took the AI images and I gave them to the artist, and I'm like, hey, oh, and by the way, the artist is Sweet Cookie 500 for those people that don't know.
Yeah.
Not only did you give Sweet the AI pictures, we also dropped a whole ton of information for our characters as well.
Yeah, and some of you even sketched out your characters.
At least I tried to.
Yeah.
I was lazy, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Oh, well, all of our characters came out pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, they're great. I love those characters.
But
Pretty
so
much,
cute.
yeah. Also, I've got a question for Zero, specifically.
Yeah?
Do we even call Tipper a human, or is he more like a halfling or a dwarf?
Well,
Good question.
I don't believe that you can call him a halfling or a dwarf, because that's not his.
Here's the thing: this character, my character, originated from a world that has other characters of the same size, pretty much.
Yeah, so I don't think it's appropriate to call him a halfling or a dwarf, because that's not his species. But at the same time, he's not really a human. He's a humanoid. We can call him a humanoid. Like, that's
He's
just
an
what I've been doing.
I think that fits.
Yeah.
Humanoid.
Yeah, we've got Gary the elf, Karl's actually a human. Whom is the dragon?
We know that.
Yeah, and then Tipper. Well, that is a good question. I think on the channel I've been referring to you as just a blocky fighter. Yeah, you're just a blocky fighter.
Blocky fighter. Yeah, that's what it was.
So yeah, you're a humanoid. Whatever. If there is later on we decide, okay, we actually want to turn Tipper into a new species, because there are other characters that are just like Tipper. Like oh shoot, I can't talk about those yet.
Can't talk about those.
If you've watched episode 2, you know what I'm talking about. But
can't talk about that.
Yeah, so we may decide, okay, we actually want to change the species name. Let's call it this instead.
Yeah. At some point,
it has started raining really heavily over here. I don't know if the recording can pick it up.
Don't worry, Townsville's been pretty loud and rain too.
Oh my goodness.
My entire lawn has been saturated. Like it is Lake Victoria out there.
Yeah.
Our backyard turns into a swamp when it rains hard.
Oh boy.
I could literally go for a swim.
Oh no! In swamp water.
We're in the Louisiana bayou. Gonna jump in the god dang swamp.
Yeah.
Get some
Okay, I
gators.
think we have talked enough about character creation, so let's move on to the next point. We're going to skip over the trial runs. We'll get back to those in a different episode of this podcast, the After Party.
Mm.
What we'll talk about now is everybody's expectations coming into the first session, which was episode 1.
Ooh.
This is going to be a pretty big thing. It's really loose format. Anybody can talk.
Well, I was pretty excited for starting this, like,
I mean, I'm sure everyone
And-
was.
pretty much, but like,
I was half and half.
yeah.
I was hoping for a fireball.
Well,
You
we
haven't
didn't
non-
quite get that. Instead, we got a prison guard being punched directly through the head and losing everything.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I think we should. I think
That
we
wasn't
should
my
start with me
fault. I
first.
don't know what are you talking about.
Oh, okay. You've got something you want to say,
I like
Zero?
that.
With expectations for me, I felt weird.
Mm.
Like I felt like mixed emotions.
Yeah, I feel like
I was like I felt excitement, but at the same time I felt uncomfortable.
honestly, I think that your trial run was probably the weakest. Not much happened in a sense.
Yeah.
You did meet some NPCs, but you didn't really have that combat experience or anything like that, because I knew like you would need to be eased in a little more. So I took my time.
That was it.
Yeah,
I felt really uneasy at the time.
I took my time with you, and also why I was like, okay, there's going to be 2 people to a cell at the start, so let's put Tipper with Karl, because the 2 of them will gel more than if I did it with any other combination.
Pretty much what we've made, I'm also going to say this as well, we have made the Mystery Incorporated, like Scooby-Doo.
Have we?
Game.
No?
Pretty much. This is in later on episodes, because I've just like,
Well, we're not talking
I'm
about
just,
those later episodes now, are we?
I know, but like I'm just saying what I.
Well, you'll have to
thinking.
save that for the podcast that we do with Sweet.
But yeah, so
Pretty
having
much.
us in that jail space like that, I felt more and more open over time.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was communicating with a person that seemed friendly next to me.
Yeah, and like, you know what? It's sort of similar to how things are done in video games, where you start with nothing and then you're eventually given more and more tools. Pretty
Hey,
much the
you're
same.
finally awake.
It's the same thing here, where you're in a prison and you can't do anything. You have to wait until you're free from the prison. That was totally unintentional, but it ended up working out really well for us.
But also,
Which,
the real weirdest thing was they didn't take our weapons off us.
Okay, the reason
No
why
outlines.
is because like it's a Source Engine prison. Like they pick you up, they put you in a cell, and they shut the door. They don't care what you have.
I know, so those bloody jail bars were completely solid.
Yeah. So no way you shoot through it.
Hey, I didn't see anyone else try to figure out a way to get out.
Because there wasn't.
I didn't see anyone else try to figure
There
out a way
wasn't
out.
one.
What?
There really wasn't. I was smoking for the first time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I mooned him.
What? I don't remember that.
Bro, I made a request saying, can I please moon the prison guard?
No, you did not say that. You said
Karl
you wanted to.
literally made me a first-time smoker. He literally did that.
No one heard you.
Guard.
All I heard was that you wanted to intimidate the prison guard. I didn't hear a moon him. Jeez.
Yeah, I said that, but after Gary was out there, I wanted to say I wanted to moon him.
No, freaking.
I don't know whether if it was bloody Gary or whom, but they tried putting their hands through the jail bars.
That was Gary.
It didn't work.
Gary
that was
tried.
Gary.
I don't think it sank in that I said that the bars were completely solid. So he tried to grab.
But yeah, after that,
he tried to grab the prison guard by the neck, and it didn't work.
but yeah, once he did that, he immediately knew.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, that's me.
Anybody else have any thoughts about expectations?
Yeah, I do have one more. I had one more expectation.
Okay.
Besides of the massive fireball in the cell, is that when
that was your fault.
The prison guard wanted to open the cell door, I would have rushed out, kicked the door, and hit him in the face with quarter staff.
He did. I think I was aware of something like that happening, so I specifically said that I only opened the bars enough for Gary to get out.
Well, when that would have happened, I would have just kicked down the door.
Yeah.
If I got a successful strength check, that would have happened.
Yeah. And, okay, so my expectations going into the first session. Well, the thing is, I already had I'd already done a lot of the trial runs before then. So it was like, okay, I'll just be doing the exact same thing as I've done in the trial runs, but for all of you guys at once. And really, that's all I expected. I didn't really go in thinking anything else, and it just ended up working. So, that was totally fine.
That was basically your thoughts, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll move on now. We'll get to talk about the rest of the first session.
Yeah.
So once you guys broke out of prison, what was that like?
So we literally just bumbled. We just bumbled all around. I remember I yelled at the top of my lungs to basically to get some people to not go.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like that was something I wanted to do. I wanted to have these, because I'd already made the location, and I was like, I want the prisoners to go there, because it'll be funny. And we might discover why later, hopefully soon.
But yeah, when we got out, I was honestly hoping somebody would lead us in a direction, which is what Gary did.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't entirely sure where we were going to go.
That's right. There weren't any NPCs around to direct you where to go, because I hadn't really thought of that at that point. I really should have more of those, honestly, because I've been noticing as we've gotten further and further into the campaign, all of you tend to deviate from the path and go do something random.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Especially Gary, as the viewer will see.
No. Okay. So I don't think
future episodes.
I'm not sure about Gary. What Gary is great at doing is taking risks. He just goes all in, basically. Whereas everybody else is trying to figure out where to go, but not actually committing.
Then you have being the Carlton to his will in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. He's like the toddler of the group. He goes around just doing random things while everybody else is trying to get on with the story.
The first bloody curses.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. No, Gary got the first curse, didn't he?
Yeah, Gary had the first.
Gary got the first curse, but then whom got the most curses in episode 1?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think
my fans crave gold.
No, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should talk about the curses. Hey, because it was in that session when I first introduced them. They weren't in the trial runs. Because I was still working on them at the time.
Explain how they work.
Yeah. So, because nobody else will know this, so I'll just do it right now. So, how it works is that if you get a bad roll, or if I tell you, you can choose to re-roll to then you get potentially a better number, but you also have to roll a D100, and I have a list of 100 curses that can be drawn from. And that's what you have to endure for however long I decide.
100 of those.
There's 100.
Huge dedication.
I know. 100 curses is not that bad because you don't have to write that much for them. But there are other things that I've created where there's a lot of text, and it's like, okay, Jack, you've done a lot. Take a break, you know?
What was the first curse? What was it about?
Oh shoot. I'm not entirely sure. Let me see if I can find it.
It was something.
So the first curse that we ever got was Gary's, and he was sunk into the ground like quicksand, but could still pull himself along.
Oh yeah, yes, stuck in the floor. That's what it was.
Yeah, and that's also where we got the great moment where Gary had to slap him on the ass. That was hilarious. Because he was trying to hit him as a punishment, but he couldn't reach up properly. So
I said I kept calling him a shorty.
Who pulled him out?
Wait,
did I pull him out?
Yeah, you did. Which was surprising because it's like, how? How did you do that? Being so small.
Of course, I hit myself on the ground.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
And then I helped him up.
Yeah.
I threatened Gary in the first.
Yeah, because you didn't know his you didn't know what he was doing at the time. You thought he was actually going to kill the plant dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like
the plant child.
Yeah, it's a child. You know what I regret? I regret killing that child off. We could have used him for something else, but I killed him in that moment because the prison guard, Chief, you're an idiot. He just was shooting up a storm, and I was like, okay, yeah, somebody's got to die. But
wait, that child died?
Yeah. The chief killed him.
Wait, did that child die?
The chief killed him. Yeah. He touched the child.
I should have killed that bastard.
And my character was just sitting there saying, "No,
no." Yeah. I remember that. You were like, "No."
And I got enraged from that as well.
Oh,
like, you bastard! Once I get out of this cell, you're dead.
The creature was innocent.
Yeah.
That poor child.
So unfortunately, I cannot use the child again, but I might.
Sorry, it's just so funny hearing you say child.
The child. But I may use maybe his parents or something.
The poor child got shot was gunned down in the streets of
the streets. He was in the prison.
I know.
That was in the prison.
I know. I'm saying he was gunned down in the streets of New York.
No, Detroit.
New York. No, it's not Detroit either.
You mean he was gunned down, in the streets of New York?
No, I'm not allowing you to make any direct correlations between the town that I've built and any realistic city.
New York City.
No, it's wrong. It's completely wrong.
Wait, Detroit is not a city.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Anyway, yeah, and then we had a little brief encounter with the news person, but that wasn't really noteworthy or anything. Nothing really was learned. Yeah, we moved on to.
I loved his line.
We moved to the saloon. I think the saloon was a really good place to end the first episode, especially for you, Zero. Just a place to sort of relax. Not really happy with how I played that guy that you were talking to, Karl and Gary. But I sort of followed it up with I won't say who it is, but there's a character that appears at the start of episode 2 that I'm much happier with in terms of exposition delivery.
I didn't know how to feel about that rabbit.
Yeah, the rabbit. Oh my goodness, I remember that. Yeah. Well, that was your fault for saying not as pretty as you. You said that, and that incited the need to roll charisma, and then you got a nat 20. There are consequences for your actions.
Yeah, you did that. And then right now,
I don't like how I got to go.
Jesus, one at a time.
One at a time, yeah.
Wait, he just comes in and steals the girl.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he came in and steal the girl.
Oh yeah. I remember, because you one-upped you, Gary.
I one-upped you with money.
You stole my gold, I believe.
And Gary's girl.
I stole.
And you stole my gold.
You stole Gary's
gold as well.
I stole everyone's gold.
Freaking bugger.
Oh, that's freaking hilarious.
stole my gold, and I was on like I believe it was.
Yeah.
I believe it was on
Everyone
12
didn't
gold,
have
like-
much gold at all. Yeah.
Besides of me and Tipper.
Also, yeah, you overpaid. So that's a lot of more. That's a lot more
I
gold.
remember now.
That's a lot more gold going down the drain, right?
I remember that now.
Don't worry, I'll make more in later sessions.
I've just got to figure out how.
Was it
You're
I
trying-
that I dragged you? I don't know.
You're trying to artificially inflate the price of wooden planks in the market.
Whoa! Who's talking about wooden planks? Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa! No! That's not for now.
I
That's
don't
not
think
for
so.
now.
I don't think we're allowed to
We're
talk
gonna
about
have a
that.
cement situation on our
Weren't you
hands.
referring to the beer and ale?
Oh yeah, the beer and ale. Oh, that was hilarious. Like
That's my favorite bit.
I
so
remember
far.
the glitch said, can Tipper even hold any liquor? And then you went, what? That was so funny.
That was my favorite bit so far in the series.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my goodness.
I was just creating a show. I was creating
Yeah.
a show for everybody.
Yeah, you did a really good performance on that. Anyway,
Cool.
so yeah, that was episode 1, and I just want to round out this podcast, this after party, by going, what were the lessons we learned from doing the session?
I learned no lessons. I gained greatness.
Don't be shy.
Oh yeah.
Don't trust him. He's going to steal your gold.
Yeah.
Because that was the main problem
exactly.
with me.
Don't get
I
him
felt
to go with you because some stupid shit will happen.
I felt like for the first episode, I was just not communicating at all.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel that that's exactly the same problem I had when I was doing what was it? My first time playing D&D with that witness character. Towards the end, I was just not talking, and that really takes away from the experience.
I was at a loss of communication.
Yeah, like
in that episode.
It's really important, I feel, to just talk, even if you don't think that it's going to gel with what's happening. As long as you're saying something, that's great. And even better if you're not, like, if the characters are split up or something and you're not supposed to be playing anything, it's still important to keep talking because, you know, you might come up with something funny. We can make fun of some
upon each episode, I got better.
Yeah, I think we're slowly getting there. Although I still think that you are way too fixated on going home.
Yeah.
I want to go
this
home.
soldier wants to go home.
And no way home.
Tipper, no way home.
No way home. We had the same thought. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That sounds like a community post.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home, it's just Tipper No Way Home.
It also sounds like a potential one-on-one session.
No way home.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Tries to get home but can't find a way home.
Yeah, it's just like 3 hours of him like going like Monsters Inc. looking through doors and being like, nope, that's not my home.
It's just the Scooby-Doo. It's just the Scooby-Doo skit where it's like he opens the door.
Yeah, no. I just thought of something. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife.
Personally, I think that was the only problem with me. I just wasn't communicating the whole time that much.
Yeah.
That was like my only problem. Everything else I was okay with.
Yeah, and like I get it. There's certain people that it takes them a while, but it
takes a lot of thought.
Yeah,
to talk.
It's one of the concessions that you have to make about D&D. If you're going to do a good campaign and have like an engaging thing, you need characters and people to be in constant communication with each other. Even if they're not there, just making light of the situation. That's what's important. Having that connection there. It goes a long way in selling the world. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was me. Who else?
Yeah, I wanted to keep that gnome as a pet.
No. It's free. No, I knew what would happen if you did. It would be a Noam Chomsky situation, and I wasn't going to have that. I am not going to let you carry that gnome to the ends of the earth. It would be boring.
I would use it as a Pokemon.
You'll just throw it and be like, use Thunderbolt, and it doesn't do anything.
No, not Pikachu Pokemon. I'm talking about, like, use it as a rock Pokemon.
It doesn't
just
matter.
And allow it to stay still as a distraction.
Oh, that's a decoy.
Decoy Pokemon style.
So what you think is going to be doing is you throw the gnome and its pointed hat basically is going to be like a javelin and just stab the dude with his pointed hat.
Well, if worst comes to worst, if that doesn't work, I'll just hold the frozen gnome and use it as a makeshift knife.
Oh my freaking goodness. Oh, jeez. This is the sort of thing I have to deal with, guys. With Wolf.
Yeah. Okay. I've got some.
What are you talking about?
I am chaos incarnate.
Okay, Zero, go on.
There was one character I really liked. He was something. The one in episode 2.
Yeah, I really
I thought we were allowed to talk about episodes 1 and 2.
Well, we're mainly talking about episode 1 here. So anything.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't catch that part. Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We'll get to episode 2 in another after party.
Yeah.
But
okay,
yeah,
well, you can just cut that out.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm assuming
it'll give them reason to go and like, oh, why are they talking about this? I gotta watch episode 2. Yeah. What else did I say? What other after session notes did I have? Oh yeah, I was like, okay, they're gonna try and go to Awesome Fort, but they might be intercepted. And yeah, you guys were intercepted. Again, we'll find.
We went in a completely
yes, you did.
direction.
Yeah, okay. That is sort of like I didn't have any clear indication of where the Awesome Fort was going to be on the map, so it was kind of actually good that you guys went the other direction. Yeah, because you found something else, and that was really cool. What else did I change?
I wish I could say what I want to say, but I can't because it's in episode 2.
You gotta wait. Yeah. Oh yeah, also I was like, okay, maybe it might be beneficial to track time. So I basically assumed that, okay, let's just say that the campaign started at 9 a.m. I did say 9 a.m. in the introduction. So
12 o'clock midnight.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's just have it progress from
2 hours later.
Let's have it progress by hour, and then it became basically 12 p.m. for the next session. And that's what we've continued to do through the rest of the sessions. Just going by the hour.
Yeah.
We haven't really had a use for it, but maybe in the future we might have a use for it where it's like, okay, you have to be at a certain location by a certain time or something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
Schedule.
Yeah. We'll see if it pans out. It'll also be a really good indication for me to see, like, okay, where are we in the timeline? Like, what day is it, you know?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what else was there in episode 1 that we could talk about.
There wasn't that much. It was quite a condensed episode. Not many locations. We sort of stuck to the one area.
We stealthed past a base of some kind. I don't remember its name now.
It was the Zen People's Republic base.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You snuck past that.
I could just imagine, like, just the different, how we snuck past. So I could just imagine, like, Karl doing, like, a commando roll in front of, like, the parrot.
Well, like,
then you have, like,
the thing is that there really wasn't any need to be stealthy. You could just walk past it because it's a giant fort with like concrete barriers.
At the time, I felt uncomfortable being near it, so I was like, you should stay quiet.
It is pretty intimidating, but yeah. I'm just thinking like I'm thinking of Major doing these commando rolls in the middle of a street. Like
in the middle
in
of
the
the
middle of the road.
I wanted to do dragon poses while walking in the middle of the street.
I forgot about that.
Oh man.
I was thinking of trying to incorporate dragon poses.
There was that news guy that didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, no, like early on, I was not that great at developing characters, but as we've gone on, it's been like, okay, I'm starting to see sort of the kinds of characters that I need to make. But even that's difficult because sometimes you've got to make so many characters and things. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I think that's stuff for another time. So I think we've exhausted everything we can talk about.
Yes, indeed.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. So
I can't even tell.
Yeah. Well, next time we meet, we'll have something else. We're probably going to do another session next week from now, which will be episode 11. That's a long way away, right? Like everybody watching this won't even be aware of episode 1, 2, or 3. I don't know.
They probably won't even know that's.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
The character comes in.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been first episode of interp'd Reality Afterparty.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, check out all the other videos that we've got going on.
And check out our future merch.
We don't even have any right now. Maybe we will. I don't know.
Future merch.
Future, maybe.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this.
You already said Wolf already said that.
Yeah, you're kind of too late, mate.
I want to go.
Make sure you hit the
We're
bell
keeping
icon.
you, Zero.
You can't keep me here.
Yeah.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, but Wolf, I say it better.
Too bad, it's already gone through.
Okay.
Yeah, but
oh my goodness, guys, let us wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all next time. Bye bye.
Make sure we have an interpret reality.